So there is no recording. You tell me too late, okay? Because I was looking at this part here. Because for this part, they say stop video. So normally the signal is correct here. When they say stop video, that means video is on, you know. We are okay.
But now the symbol is appears, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I can do it. But normally it is automatic. You know, at the beginning of the class, I check. Tadi benda kat sini ni. You know, recording was on. Unless I push the stop button. So there is no recording on this part. All right. So in other words, if you know what I can do, you know, I can show the pages again, so that you can check the recording, you know, for the solution. So that's what I can do. We don't really hear the sound, you know, but I will show you the solution to the quiz so that you can review again. So I will show you the solution, you know, time. Okay, this is about the midterm. I just make an announcement so that it will be appear in the recording. Monday, not Monday, but Sunday, 10 a.m. on the 9th of May. So this weekend. So that is the so the quiz. Okay, I just show the pages so that you can refer. So that's the first page, question number 1. And then I will show you the second part of question number 1. And then question number 2. The intercept. And then the graph. The visible region. And then what? And then to get the point B. Okay. So I think in the recording it will appear. So you can look at that. And then the conclusion. Okay, the table and the description of the answer. Okay. All right. So now we go back to the. Now I know the recording will not be on. I know because I saw there is a green line. You know, green line because that never happened. You know, I didn't see the green line. But today I was thinking, you know, what is that green line? It's like class meet, you know, Zoom, Google Meet. If you have Google Meet, the line is showing that the line on the diameter, on the circumference, or what do you call it, on the edges. But today they show. So I was wondering what is that line, but I just keep quiet because everything was okay. So now I know if the line is there, that means the recording is not on. So that is one. And there was a symbol here. There is a signal there, you know, recording, which was missing. So now recording is on. All right. So you don't miss the solution to the quiz. All right. You still can see the quiz. So we will continue. So we stop there. We stop at the notation. Right. You have the function and then the notation for the integral. So what I want to do now is we know how to do integration already for a few of the things, you know, and that develop our intuition to the subject. So what I will do here now, you look at the rules of integration. just like the rule of derivatives. So you don't have to, to press our head in order to get the integration. So rule number 1, it's a constant rule. A constant rule, if you have a function y equal to f of x equal to a constant k, right, where k is a constant, then what is integral? The integral of y dx, I just write down here for the first time. You can either use y or you can use fx dx. Okay, so either way, it doesn't matter, which is equal to k dx. Now, what is integral of this? It's just equal to the constant multiplied by x plus the constant c. All right. Okay. Now you have the constant, which is the function, and there is another constant now appear that is due to the integral. So that's another constant. For example, if I want to integrate y equal to 98.5, all right, then what is it? Is the integral of 98.5 dx that is equal to 98.5 x, and of course plus the constant c. So that is rule number 1, the constant rule. Okay, next. Okay, next I will show you the slide so that I don't have to write. So let me. Okay, second rule. Second rule is the power rule. Okay, power rule, just like derivative. So power rule, if you have a function y equal to x to the power of n, where n is a real number and n is not -1, then what is the integral? Okay, that is the formula. You increase the power by 1, and then you divide by the new power. All right, so you will get integral of xn to the power of integral of x to the power of n dx. That will be equal to x to the power of n divided by n plus 1. X to the power of n plus 1. So you increase the power by 1, and then we divide by the new power. Okay. I think intuitively we know it is already. So example, they have a few examples here. All right. Now example part A. Okay. Cube root of x. So cube root of x is equal to what? X to the power of 1/3. So x power 1/3, what you do, you increase the power by 1, so 1/3 plus 1, that will be equal to 4/3. So now you have x to the power of 4/3. You divide by the new power, which is 4/3, plus the constant c. And of course, you can readjust the 4/3, that becomes 3/4. Because you divide by 4/3. So that becomes multiplication 3/4. Okay, all right. So now, the second example, 1/x squared. You want to integrate that. So how do you do? What do you do? What do you do first in order for you to be able to integrate that thing? Apa kita nak buat? Hello, basket.
X to the power of -2.
You increase, you bring the x upstairs, all right? So you have x to the power of -2. Then only we can integrate. So you have x to the power of -2 So the second rule is the power rule. Okay, I already show you that, so I don't have to write. For example, x to the power of -2 dx. So increase the power by 1. So what do I get? What's the new power?
-1.
Cepat-cepat, anybody? Okay, -1. Okay, divided by -1 plus c. So that will be negative x to the power of -1 plus c. Okay, so that is power rule, and these are some examples. Oh, look at the book. Okay, maybe there are one of the questions that we can do. So go. Okay, rule number 3. Okay, rule number 3. This is the rule number 3. Okay, this one, maybe I will write it. In the thing here, they put everything together. So rule number 3. Rule number 3 is the constant coefficient rule. So you have a constant, which is a coefficient. So just for the coefficient rule. So example will be like this. You have y equal to 5x to the power of 3. So here you have not just x to the power of n. You have a constant here, which is a coefficient. So how do we integrate that? Okay, the rule to integrate is the following. Generally, I have y equal to k multiplied by some terms in x, call it u of x. So in the book, they use u of x. So think of this thing here as just terms in x, or function of x, right? Terms in x. So how do you integrate? I have k u of x dx. Now the constant will just follow the integral, just like derivative. In derivative, the constant will follow the derivative. So you can bring out the constant. And don't worry about the constant will just follow the integral. So you just need to integrate u of x dx. So that is the power, the coefficient rule. And of course, you know that already. Okay, how to integrate u of x by using the power rule. Okay, so that is the rule. So example, if I have y equal to 5x cubed, okay, get the integral. You don't worry about the constant will just follow the integral. So what is the integral? Okay, do it now. Okay, what is that? You bring out the 5, okay? The 5 will just follow the integral of x cubed. So what do you get? So here, the integral of 5x cubed dx, that will be equal to what? You bring out the 5, you just consider x cubed dx. Okay, what is it now? Anybody?
5/4,
5/4,
x to the power of 4.
x power 4. So it will be 5, okay? Now you integrate x to the power of 3. Integrate x to the power of 3, you get x over 4 over 4. Okay, so you have 5/4 multiplied by x to the power of 4 plus the constant c. Okay, so that is the coefficient rule. Now rule number 4. is the sum and difference rule. Now, if you have two terms in X or more than two terms in X, whether if you have two or more, terms in X, for example, if you have Y equal to -5, no, we don't want to put negative yet because we want to consider the sum. So 5x 1/2 plus 1.7 x to the power of -3.1. So you have your sum, okay? Two terms, or you can have more than two, doesn't matter. So what is the rule? The rule is the following. So what you have is y equal to u of x plus b of x. So think of the u and b terms in x, function of x. Then what is the integrate? What is the integral? So if I want to integrate u of x plus b of x, then put a bracket there because you are integrating the whole thing. So you have two brackets. Okay, one bracket is for the variable, and the other bracket is to indicate that you are integrating u and v. Or in short, we just write uv u plus b dx. That is the shorter form of writing it. And now, how do we integrate? We just integrate individual terms. So that will be integral of u dx plus v dx. So what you do here is we just integrate. Okay, integrate each term. Okay, integrate each term, and then what? And then of course add, because it is sum rule. So just like derivative, okay, the similarities are there. Derivative is also something like this. You have the sum rule, difference rule. That means we just differentiate each term. So similarly here, we integrate each term. So now, okay, now I want you to do that example. So integrate this thing here. We know already the rules, okay, the power rule, the coefficient rule. So if you have more than two terms, what you do, you just apply it to the sum rule. Okay, do it now. You integrate simply each of the terms. Okay, now tell the first person who get it, tell me. Got it? So go back to that example. So what you want to do here, you want to find the integration of the whole thing, 5x to the power of half plus 1.7 x to the power of -3.1 dx. And the rule says you individually integrate them. So that will be 5x to the power of half dx plus integral of 1.7 x to the power of -3.1 dx. Okay, what do you get for the first term? You don't tell me the final answer, tell me the first thing that we get. What will be the new power to the x?
3/2.
So you have the 5 will just follow the integral. The new power is 3/2. You divide by what? By the new power. So you divide by what? By the 3/2. Okay? Plus 1.7, we just follow the integral. Now, what is the new power? Negative what?
-2.1.
So it's -2.1. Okay, everything divided by 2.1 plus the constant C. And of course, you can, the adjustment that become multiplied 2/3 like that. Okay, but that is the rule. Okay, all right. Now this rule is also true for subtraction. Okay, for subtraction, that means negative. So what I will do, we go back to the rule. Now, what about if you have, instead of plus, you have a minus sign there. So everything is applicable. So you just put a negative sign, then you will do the integral of each of the term, and then subtract. Okay, so that's why you call it the sum and difference rule. The rule apply to both addition, subtraction. Sama aja, similar to the derivative rule. Hello, okay. Semua penat puasa ke? Hari ni semua penat puasa? Tak lama dah berbuka, tak lama lagi. Okay, so if it is a subtraction, then you apply the same rule. All right. So example for subtraction is, let's say I got f of x equal to 2x to the power of 7 minus 31x to the power of 2/5. Now, so what do? We integrate. So you want to integrate. So the integral of 2x to the power 7, not yet. 2x power 7 minus 31x to the power of 2/5 dx. Okay, now I want to finish it up. So apply the difference rule. Okay, integrate each of the term, and then apply the power rule. Okay, all right, so do it now. Finish it up. Okay, you got it? So you integrate each term individually. Okay, all right. So I'm sure you will. Now I want you to, I'll give you another example to work on. Go to 12.1. So here in this example, in this question, you have more than 2 terms. Okay. Then you have combination of plus minus. So you still apply the rule. We integrate each of the term. So you look at the exercises 12.1. I would like you to do question number 16. Okay, do question number 16. You will see there, you have plus, and then we have minus. Okay, so don't worry about those. We will just do question 13. 13. So you have a plus and then minus, and there are more than 3 terms. So do it by the rule. do it or integrate, you know, each term and maintain the signs. Okay, I want you to do that. Question number 13. Do it now. I'll give you 3 minutes. Okay, got it. So, you know, for that question, okay, everybody got it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now when you know the rule, all right, when you know the rule, you can skip the thing or the immediate step. So when you know the rule, okay, you don't have to write this part. So you just do it directly, getting the integral of each of the term. Okay, so that immediate step is just to establish the rule. That means you have to integrate individual terms. So in fact, you know, when you are familiar, you don't have to do that. So question number 13, you have the integral, and then what you get will be what? Will be equal to, of course, you have to write the whole thing. Okay, the whole thing you have to write. And then that will be equal to what? That will be equal to, so I just keep the integration for each of the term. We just go to the solution right away. So you got the integral of the first term, x to the power 5 divided by 5 minus. Okay, the constant just follow the integral. X increase the power by 1, so that will be equal to x to the power of 3 divided by 3. And then you got a 3 plus 3x. So here, you know, you have more than 2 terms, still follow the rule, plus a constant c. And of course, you can simplify that. So that would be our answer. Okay, so you don't have to do the intermediate step to integrate each of the terms. But given that, you know what to do. Okay, if you are not sure, then of course you need to write that thing so that we know that we are going to integrate each of the terms. Okay, all right. So I think I will stop here. You know, so next time I will continue on the rules. Okay, there are a few more rules to look at, and then I'll also give you the question for 12.1. I'll give you next week for this. For now, I don't need that. And then we are going to look at application in 12.1. Okay. All right. Anything? Any question? Any comment? Anything?
No, sir.
No. All right. Good. So I will stop here. Have a nice time studying. All right. I want you to prepare. Okay, prepare better lah. If you did badly in the quiz, you should do better in the test. All right. We have ample time to prepare. So I wish you good luck for the test. Okay, study hard. Study for the time. Don't just relax. So I will see you again on Sunday, 10 a.m. All right, now, for the test, please turn on your video. So make sure your video is on. Okay, so if you're not sure, practice, okay, how to turn on your video so that there will be some invigilation, okay, invigilation to make sure that I can see you, doing the work. Okay, all right, so I will see you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
for the quiz, should we do like before? We unsubmit and we submit again? The one that we mark.
No, it's okay. The quiz I do the marking. That is only for discussion. Okay. So if
Okay.
you give yourself marks, that means that is only for you. I will do the grading. The
Okay.
homework, okay, the homework you can do yourself, grading. But the quiz, I have to do the grading.
Okay, sir. Sir.
So what I was telling you is that you can have some information, on how many marks you get when we discuss the solution. Okay, all right.
Sir,
Okay,
how many
good.
questions for the midterm?
I don't know. Okay, because I never set the number of questions, but I'll give you enough question, reasonable number of questions given the time. So I give you 1 hour and a half. I'm not going to give you 10 questions. Okay. So 1 hour and a half, that means there will be a few questions that which people can finish in 1 hour and a half. Okay. So if you want to have more information, you can look at past year questions. I also give 1 hour and a half, then you can see, how many questions are there. Saya pernah lupa lah. All right. So don't worry about the number of the questions. Study the topic. Okay.
Thank you.